Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the Glen Rants I promised. So, the Oscar show was a day or two ago, and, yeah, I have comments about it, basically. So, I'll put them into this little technical rant video. I have all the categories and the winners and all that laid out in front of me, and I do have stuff to say about most of them. So, let's just get down to business here. I promised a ranking of all the Oscar-nominated Best Picture films I saw. So, just ranking them based on the film, ignoring whatever score I gave it at the end, because that's more based on technical prowess, and this is just my favorite picks, basically. So, let's see. So, going from worst to best, worst for me was American Sniper, mostly because it was just really, really dull, and not much to like about it. Yeah. It won Best Sound Design, though. Cool. I have no problem with its sound design, so I don't see any problem with that. Okay. And next up on that, second worst, would be probably the Grand Budapest Hotel. Mostly because that one was really pretentious, but it was entertaining and not that dull. Not as dull as American Sniper was. Then up from that is Selma. Selma was decent, and I know there is a controversy over the actors not being nominated. Neither for Best Actor or Best Actress. But I know this might come across as harsh, but the main actress in that movie did not leave an impression on me whatsoever, and the main actor left an impression on me during the speeches. He's great during the speeches, but during everyday life it sounded off. So I think I'm not commenting on the guy in real life at all. In fact, I only just now learned he was British. I didn't know that. I knew he didn't sound Southern, but that's about it. So yeah, I think that's more. I think the fact that this is an all-white nomination has less to do with the Academy being racist, more so being with the filmmakers themselves not being open to having African Americans in their movies. And that's what's happening. Not because we're ignoring good African American movies, more there isn't any. And that's the part that needs to change. But moving on from that, I don't like talking about stuff like that. Theo was on third. What would I have gone with after that? Then it would be the. Then it would be this is the hard one. Fourth and fifth place in my thing. So just in the middle of the 8 would be The Theory of Everything and Boyhood, but I can't quite decide which order it for those two. Mainly because The Theory of Everything was pretty good all the way through. It had some decent performances in there, and other stuff. I'm going to comment on Mr. Eddie Redmayne winning Best Actor, but anyway, it was pretty good all the way through, but not that great. Probably a little bit better than Selma, but not by much. And Boyhood was incredible for the first hour, and then horrendous for the other two. So it's really a matter of balance. Which one do I go with? Because if Boyhood kind of maintained that the entire time somehow, then it probably would have gotten a 9 or maybe even a 10. But as is, it balanced itself out to about The Theory of Everything's level. Just because of those last 2 hours where we see that cute kid grow up into being a complete asshole. And, it stops being it stops feeling real, starts feeling like a script. It's not fun. And there you go. Third would be The Imitation Game. Mostly for Benedict Cumberbatch's performance. That was incredible. And it also had a great soundtrack to it. That was my thing. I was actually rooting it on for best soundtrack, but I must admit, Grand Budapest does have a decent one. I didn't like that movie. I noticed it didn't win anything for, like, script or direction or anything, but it did win for technical stuff like hair and makeup and all that, so I don't know, whatever. We'll get to that. And then second best would be Whiplash, because J.K. Simmons in that was fucking incredible. It was amazing to sit through, and definitely I'd watch it again someday. And then best for me was by a smidge, by a tiny smidge, it would have to be Birdman. So I do agree with Birdman winning, mostly because, though I do like Whiplash a lot, Birdman just left an even bigger impression on me. And that movie is inspiring for filmmakers. It's inspiring for anyone who wants to become an artist, really. That's what the whole movie's about. And just the trials and testaments of all that. I can't even describe it that well. I'm not that good at this. But yeah, it was fucking awesome. Definitely my best pick for winner, and I'm very happy with the result. Although I would have been equally as happy with Whiplash, or even really The Imitation Game. I think I would have choked someone if American Sniper won. But anyway, so then we have, let's mix it up a little. Going down to the bottom of the page here, I have all the winners and stuff. Alright, writing from an adapted screenplay was given to The Imitation Game. Yes. Now bear in mind, in this list, they're mentioning Inherent Vice. If a category has, movies in it that I haven't seen, then I'm not going to comment on the quality of them because that's bullshit. Okay? I've read some pretty horrible things that they do in the Best Animated Film category, where people will literally vote for it based on whether it has a dog or not, or whether their kid likes it, instead of how it actually works. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to if I'm going to judge a movie, I want to sit through it and see it myself before passing something like that. So, I'm not going to have anything to say about, say, Gone Girl. I have nothing to say about that because I haven't seen that movie. I have no comment. But I am happy that The Imitation Game won for Best Adapted Screenplay because that was pretty good. And I'm glad American Sniper lost on that because that was pretty bad. There you go. An original screenplay also went to Birdman. Yes. Didn't go to Boyhood. But I think that script should have been cut down a little, honestly. And didn't go to Grand Budapest Hotel either. Which is good, because... God, Grand Budapest Hotel is so fucking pretentious. I hate it. Alright, visual effects. Now this one's an interesting one. It's all blockbusters in this, of course. And ironically, the winner is a movie I haven't seen, so I can't comment. I just know that of the three I have seen, Captain America, Guardians of the Galaxy, and X-Men Days of Future Past, I probably would have given it to either Guardians or X-Men Days of Future Past. But I can't comment on whether Interstellar deserved it over them because I haven't seen it. But there you go. Out of the ones I have seen, I'd be kind of torn between Days of Future Past and Guardians of the Galaxy. So there you go. Mix it up. Where does it land? Actor in a leading role. Okay, so this one went to Eddie Redmayne for The Fury of Everything. He was good in that. He was good. There's definitely worse selections on here. For instance, I don't think Bradley Cooper was in the right role here. I can't comment on Steve Carell, of course, but I know he was playing Stephen King, and he was playing the job of someone with ALS pretty well, but in comparison to Michael Keaton as Birdman or Benedict Cumberbatch as Alan Turing, I just think that they were more strong. And that's not something to say about Eddie Redmayne. Eddie Redmayne's performance was great, but fucking Michael Keaton was so amazing, and Benedict Cumberbatch was also really amazing, but not as amazing as Michael Keaton. So I'm feeling a little disappointed with this one, but not mad. It's not I'm mad at this for Eddie Redmayne winning, because he is a great actor. That was a good performance. I just think there was another person or persons that deserved it a little more. So there you go. Best Actress went to Julianne Moore in Still Alice. Literally, the only movie I saw with a Best Actress nomination was Felicity Jones in The Fury of Everything, and she was alright. So I have no freaking opinion on this one whatsoever. Mixing it up again, we have film editing. Okay, so let's see. The nominees were American Sniper, Boyhood, Grand Budapest, The Imitation Game, and Whiplash. Saw all of them. Film editing went to Whiplash, which, yeah, I suppose. That could have gone to Imitation Game as well, but I'm glad Whiplash got it instead. That was kind of my choice for that selection, especially over the Grand Budapest, which I was hoping wouldn't win that one. So yeah, not too much to say. I was happy with that selection there. So, okay, music original song. Okay, so three of the nominees that didn't win, I haven't seen the movie, no comment. Two of them I have seen, though. That is Everything is Awesome from the Lego Movie, and Glory from Selma. Now, here is my thing. And once again, not hoping to insult anyone. If I took Everything is Awesome, and I took Glory, and I compared the two songs side by side, I would say Glory is the clear-cut winner, give that one the Oscar. But, and here's the but, I don't feel they incorporated Glory into the movie very well. And what do I mean by that? The movie was shown during the credits, and to be honest, it didn't mix well with how the movie was going, especially the rap sequence in it. And once again, I love Glory. It's a good song, but I don't think it worked in the movie too well. Conversely, Everything is Awesome is actually integral to the plot of the Lego Movie. It's completely integrated, so much so that the movie wouldn't work without the song. So that's my thing. That's my only problem with it. But if you're just judging it as a song in and of itself, then yes, Glory. And that's all I have to say about that. And while we're on music, music original score. Okay. This one went to the Grand Budapest Hotel. For me, it was a second. Of the three in this category I did see. The music from The Fury of Everything, I didn't find that great. The Imitation Game, that music was pretty damn good. The score was. Grand Budapest Hotel, just whenever I hear that noise, the do-do-do-do-do-do-do, I just think, oh god. But that's just me. Then we got makeup and hairstyling, which also went to Grand Budapest. I guess they did have some pretty impressive hairstyles in that movie. But let's see. My only thing is the only other movie I saw in there was Guardians of the Galaxy. But the thing is, just looking at the makeup on Drax, that's pretty impressive looking makeup there. And Yeah, but this is really not an area I'm that much of an expert in. But I do think Guardians of the Galaxy did put a huge amount of work into that. That they weren't really. It was certainly not lazy. So I don't know. I'm okay with Grand Budapest, but not like. I could have been a little happier. Foreign language film, didn't see any of them, no opinion. Mixing it up. Actress in a supporting role went to Patricia Arquette in Boyhood. Yes, she was probably one of the best parts of that movie consistently throughout the film. There you go. Emma Stone in Birdman was nice, but I wasn't as into her as many other people were. And Keira Knightley was also pretty good in The Imitation Game. So, yeah, I would have been okay with either Keira Knightley or Patricia Arquette winning. So yeah. There you go. There you go. I was okay. Definitely fine with Patricia Arquette winning. That was not a bad nomination for me. But bad win, I mean. So let's see. Actor in a supporting role went to J.K. Simmons. Hands down. Yep, I totally agree. No one else could have gotten it. I'm sorry. There you go. That's it. No one else. It's closed. Not gonna even mention anyone else. I don't know, maybe I should take a break to talk about some of the stuff that happens in the Oscars themselves. The show itself, it was alright. I didn't have as strong feelings about it as I did about the, I think it was the 2013 one, was it? Whatever one had Brave win. I wasn't as, over emotional like I was with that one. This was just a, I did see this one gif of the one guy that Neil Patrick Harris was talking to in the audience and stuff, and doing that little improv sketch with him or whatever with British accents, and he's doing like this, and it's like a gif of him doing that, kind of showing what the Oscars were kind of like. Yeah, there you go. Neil Patrick Harris really wasn't that funny this time, was he? Yeah. I was just kind of with it pretty much consistently throughout the whole thing. Damn, Lady Gaga! Where the hell did that come from? That was incredible. That was heart touching, man. If you're gonna watch it for anything, watch it for that, or maybe that rendition of Everything Is Awesome that happened there. That was fucking kick-ass. Okay, and Glory too. When they performed Glory, that was also good. Yeah, that was pretty epic, man. I'm not joking. That was good. What else? The show itself. John Travolta is fucking creepy. What the hell is he doing at the Oscars? Well, not only, last year did he mess up Idina Menzel's name by calling her Adela Dazeem, this year he's, touching her face, oh, my dear. It's oh, God. You're reminding me of, oh, God, who's that reminding me of? I don't... Some creepy old man I can just think of. Maybe Master Roshi. Except Master Roshi has a little bit more charm. Oh, maybe I'm just being a bit harsh. There is one other part of the actual show itself, but I'll get to that. So, let's see. Random one. Sound mixing. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure what this entitles. I guess I'm not that experienced as I thought, but I went to Whiplash, and I like Whiplash. So here's the thing, though. Though I am being kind of lazy with some of these, and you'll see what I'll get to how I feel about when they're choosing the animated feature and they'll just go with it if it has a kid and stuff. Here's the thing, I'm not actually voting in there. I know pretty much for a fact that they're given a huge box set of all these movies to watch. And the thing is, you could watch, especially the short films, over like a coffee break. So there really isn't an excuse to not see it. Whereas with me, I'm doing this as a hobby. So, if I didn't see Interstellar, that's just because I didn't see it. So, since I'm not actually voting, I consider it okay to just be like, I guess that's alright. But it shouldn't be the same way for the people doing the fucking voting. Once again, we'll get to that later. Sound editing went to American Sniper, of course, like I mentioned earlier. Nothing bad about the sound editing. Well, I suppose that's a good that is a good thing though. Good sound editing is and other background stuff. You can always tell it's good when you don't notice it. So there you go. Short film, didn't see any of them. Went to the phone call. Good for them. Short animated film. Now this is the one that gets the shaft even more than regular animated film. I can't believe it. These things are like 5 minutes long and they don't even take the time to watch it. It went to Feast. I thought Feast was okay. And I literally did read a comment about that from an actual Oscar voter who said who said something along the lines of, I really like dogs, so I went with it because it had a dog in it. Jesus Christ. Where do they find these people? Really don't know. I read one from back when, from last time, where Frozen won, and one of the guys was actually saying that these movies are for 6-year-olds. All these animated films are for 6-year-old kids. So I don't care about them. I just leave my 6-year-old in the theater to watch them, and I go outside and, I don't know, beat my wife or whatever he said. And just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you leaving your 6-year-old kid alone in the theater? And he's voting on this shit. He's voting for which one is he thinks is the best, or leaving it up to other equally clueless people to vote for it. Like, I like Frozen. It was heartwarming. Admittedly, that year Frozen was set up to win, but that doesn't excuse the thought processes here. Especially since... We'll get to animated. Production design went to the Grand Budapest Hotel. That one I actually agree with. Production design, that was pretty good. Then let's see here. Documentary short subject, didn't see any of them. Went to Crisis Hotline Veterans Press 1, good for them. Documentary feature went to Citizen 4, didn't see that, good for them. Directing went to Birdman, hell yeah. Give it. That is definitely a win. I was thinking Richard Linklater would win with Boyhood, considering that, you know, the whole took 12 years to make bullshit. But actually, Boyhood didn't win very much in this, did it? I think it only won one thing? I might be wrong. And that was for Best Supporting Actress. Good. That means they made the right decision, in my opinion. And nothing for Grand Budapest Hotel, and American Sniper wasn't even nominated, thank God. Clint Eastwood looked like a shriveled prune in the audience, by the way. He reminds me of my grandma who has severe dementia at this point. So, kind of sad. Let's see, costume design went to Grand Budapest Hotel. Another one I also agree with, of the movies I saw. I can't believe Maleficent was actually nominated for this, and I'm glad it didn't win. But, yeah, anyway. Cinematography went to Birdman. Hell yes! I think in my review of that I actually mentioned the cinematography was incredible. So yes! Once again, it was one I was worried... it was another one I worried would go to Grand Budapest or something like that. But nope, went to the right one. Thank you. American Sniper, kick ass. And looks like there's no holding it back any longer. Animated feature film. I actually read a little thing. This was an interview with some Oscar voters, like what they voted for and what the thought process was when it came to animated films. And one of the guys actually said, I went with Big Hero 6. I kind of liked How to Train Your Dragon 2, and I can't believe that two of the slots were he was saying like I love the Lego Movie, and I can't believe two of the slots were given to Chinese fucking things. Apparently referring to The Tale of Princess Kalula and Song of the Sea. Song of the Sea, by the way, is Irish. Instead of the Lego Movie. And of course, he wouldn't be saying these things if he had actually fucking seen them. And here's the thing about Song of the Sea and The Tale of Princess Kalula. I'm not going to comment on them. I'm not going to say whether I like them or not, because I haven't fucking seen them. I'm not going to insult them by calling them Chinese fucking things, because I haven't seen them. It's not my place. And this doesn't matter for whatever my job is. Probably the most sensible guy on that list was some guy who said, I didn't see any of them, so I didn't vote. There you go! That guy has a fucking brain instead of, I don't know, nothing. And Big Hero 6 won, which I was expecting, but it's still fucking awful. And because I was kind of rooting for the box trolls, but I knew that wouldn't that just doesn't happen now, does it? We can't have nice things. And the worst part is, this is the thing, if you don't know, over here in New Zealand, you have to have, cable, basically, in order to see, the Oscars live, or a repeat showing of it or anything. So I essentially had to, purchase this online, and purchase a little stream online. So, what was I saying? What was I talking about? So, the thing is, like, when I was looking for it before, I was trying to figure out if I could watch it on TV here. And as far as I could see, I just have to watch a collage, because the news will put on a collage of the highlights of the movie. Oh, well, not the movie, the show. And just show you certain key points. And this is the reason I don't ever want to see that. Especially from the news. Because in the newspaper today, I read a little recap on it. Just out of curiosity, want to see what they said. And it was through such a filtered mind that I couldn't believe it. I was definitely not getting the show, I felt. It said, Big Hero 6 won to, and I'm paraphrasing here, to mixed results due to most people rooting for How to Train Your Dragon 2. And I don't know if that's actually true or not, but how many people out there are actually that enthusiastic about How to Train Your Dragon fucking 2? I mean, it was alright. I mean, come on. I can understand maybe getting excited about Big Hero 6, because at least that isn't so common. Oh, what do I mean by that? At least that... At least that's a Disney movie, I guess, but... Yeah, that's the thing. I can understand people getting excited for Big Hero 6 because it's a Disney movie. What the fuck is with How to Train Your Dragon 2? It isn't that great. It isn't Finding Nemo. It isn't, like some sort of awesome, movie. It isn't, I don't know, Paranorman. It's How to Train Your Dragon 2. It was alright. What the fuck? I think it won a Golden Globe. I might be wrong, but what the fuck? Am I living in a madhouse? No, I'm living in a fucking house where people think these movies are just for kids, and they shouldn't be taken seriously. I mean, oh my fucking god. The intro leading into this damned thing was so fucking insulting that I'm not surprised that that one of my good friends actually, like, actually went and did a similar thing that I did with Brave that one year. Like, went to the room and just listened to the music to calm himself down. Because this is fucking awful. They basically went up there. And this is the one that stood out to me. I'll tell you the one that got my friend in a second. But the one that stood out to me was, this was done by The Rock and Zoe, I'm horrible with names, lady. No offense. And this is all scripted, of course, so I should probably be blaming the writers here. But The Rock was saying, I remember this, paraphrasing, this animated films have a powerful ability to touch your heart. I remember when back in the day when I was watching The Lion King and I cried my eyes out, right? And the lady said, how old were you back then? And, you know, as everyone's laughing, it's like, weren't you like 20? And it was just meant to be cute, right? But to me, when I hear that, they're basically saying, you should feel embarrassed if you like these movies. Like, if you're not a kid anymore and you like animated films, you should feel embarrassed about this. What the fuck? You're giving them an award. And you treat them like this. That was fucking messed up. And then the one that pissed my friend off, and I can see this, is on the beginning speech, the lady was saying, these movies don't have costumes, they don't have makeup, they don't have fancy trailers, yet somehow they're just as important or something like that. But as my friend pointed out, the Box Trolls is stop motion, which means that there is costumes, which means that there are sets, which means that there is lighting. All the other ones, no, there's CGI or hand-drawn or other means, but Box Trolls, it does have those stuff. But the main one, with me, was fancy trailers, and this got him too. What the fuck does she mean by fancy trailers? How does it being animated or not mean it has a fancy trailer? What the fuck is a fancy trailer? I don't understand. Is she referring to the fact that none of us redneck Americans have ever heard of Song of the Sea or Tale of Princess Galula? Like, that wasn't advertised to us? Is that what she means by them not having fancy trailers? Because I certainly remember How to Train Your Dragon 2, The Box Trolls, and Big Hero 6 having trailers. All three of them. So what the hell was that about? And, you know, I wouldn't call them fancy, but I wouldn't call any movie's trailer fancy. Not really. So what the hell is that? I'm just really disappointed that these movies are essentially treated like they're just for kids. And that they're silly, and they probably even wonder, why are they even a category here? I'll tell you why. Because Beauty and the Beast fucking won an Oscar back in the day, or was at least nominated for one. Because it was so fucking good. But they don't seem to remember that, do they? That these animated films are just as fucking good as the regular films. That's why you have foreign language category as well. Because those films are also pretty fucking good. Like, I mean, if they'd also be, how badly criticized do you think they'd be if they said, oh, I didn't see those foreign language films because I don't understand what they're saying. They're stupid. Like, imagine how horribly criticized you'd be by your own peers. But for whatever reason, it's okay to say that about animated films. To say, oh, I didn't see those are just for kids. And people in that area would just agree with you. And that's fucking awful. Yeah, because they're marketed towards children, that makes them inferior. Fuck you. Their marketing program has nothing to do with the movie itself. Okay? The Teletubbies is marketed towards younger kids. You watch it and you think it's stupid because it kind of is. The Beauty and the Beast, one of the greatest animated films of all time. One of the greatest films of all time. It is marketed towards kids, but people of all generations love it. Okay? Oh, here's a good one. Wizard of fucking Oz. You think that was marketed towards the upper class snobs in Hollywood? No! It was marketed towards families. Towards kids. And it was great. So, I don't see how the fact that they didn't use a regular camera or something like that, or in Box Trolls cases, maybe they did, actually. I don't see how the fact that they are literally... Well, in fact, no, I'm actually trying to think of a distinction between them and live action films. Just because of the fact that you were not seeing an actor's face, I don't see how this should matter at all. I really don't. I don't see what their problem is here. And I don't know who selected it or who made it so the Lego Movie wasn't put in. That was their fault. But the people voting really should have done their homework, really should have taken this seriously. Because who knows? I never saw them, but The Tale of Princess Caligula, I admitted, it might be good. It might suck. I don't know. I should watch it. I'm being paid to do this. Maybe I should take, an hour and a half out of my fucking busy-ass schedule and watch this movie. I took an hour and a half, sometimes more, for all these movies, and it's my fucking hobby. I don't have to. Nobody's forcing me to. But I did it because I like to. These people are being fucking paid. That means they're given money for this damn shit, and they do not do their jobs. They don't complete it. I saw one from the Frozen, from one Frozen one, and it was talking about the short film category, which gets it even worse than animated feature film. Animated short gets it even worse. And he said he was bringing home the box set, and he dropped some of the DVDs on the ground, and he said, "Fuck it, life's too short." Especially for animated short. I mean, those movies, fucking 5 to 10 minutes long, watch it during your morning cup of coffee. You don't need to make an entire day out of it. Alright? Why not have a marathon? Okay? Switch it up. Have all these movies, watch it with your friends, and then decide to yourself, what am I going to vote for? That's doing your fucking job. You know what? Because when I'm watching these things, and I was going through it all, did I really want to see Boyhood? No! I didn't want to see Boyhood. I thought it would be horrible. And I ended up liking it. When I went to see Whiplash, I was nervous about it. I ended up loving it even more. When I went to see the Grand Budapest Hotel, I was worried it'd be pretentious, and I was right. But you know what? I'm still glad I fucking saw it. None of the movies on the Best Picture category were bad. Okay? Even in the Best Animated Film, Big Hero 6 is mixed. I thought it was kind of bad, or okay, or whatever. None of these movies are atrocious, okay? Even Brave. I wouldn't call Brave atrocious. Brave was just stupid. But seriously, guys, do your fucking jobs. Take time out of your busy fucking schedule. I don't know what the hell you're doing. Going to cocktail parties and laughing at people? I don't fucking know. I'm just a guy working at minimum wage, and I was able to see at least the big ones. My God. But there you go. That's the rant part of it, I guess. That's the rant part of the video. So, let's see. Should I wrap up with anything? I really do hope that the Oscars steps it up next year. Apparently this wasn't a very good broadcast for them. I really do hope that we have more diversity in the films. And I hope that maybe next year they'll be a little more accepting of the animated feature film now that that's getting more articles on it and a little more publicity over how awful they are about this. But maybe not. You never know. But I might do this again next year. I am planning to basically have it be like this. Each month, I'm going to see a movie I wouldn't normally see. So, I'm going to see all the movies I feel obligated to, basically the superhero films and the family films, animated films that I want to see. And I am also going to see something else. And that could be anything. I'm going to try and mix it up as much as I can. It could be some sort of Oscar-ish movie like Lincoln. It could be some sort of heavy action film like, I don't know, that Red Dawn remake or something like that. I'm not talking about movies coming out right now. I don't know what's out right now. It could be some random musical like Into the Woods. But I'm going to try my best to see movies that I wouldn't normally see. At least one each month. Just to try and give myself a bit more variety on this show and give you guys a full scope of things going on here. And of course, money dependent, I will try to see as many films as I can, because there's a lot of good movies coming out, a lot of poor ones, but gotta and you gotta sort through them all. I remember looking at the deciding which ones would be my best and worst of this year, and look, over 200 movies coming out. I'm probably not gonna see them all, but I'm gonna give it my hardest. I'm gonna try my best. And yeah, will Pan be good? I don't know. Hell, I don't even know. Will Terminator Genesis be a surprise hit? I don't know. I really don't. It's just a prediction. Although I am known for my best and worst segments, I do try to go in there with a clean mind. So we'll see. We'll see what 2015 brings us, the good and the bad. And until next time, hope to rant to you again.